G'day, Aussie Gridiron fans. Welcome to the G'day Gridiron podcast. It is Super Bowl week. We are finally here. This week we get to talk Super Bowl. And before we do all that, we're going to clear up a bit of our NFC review. G'day, boys. How are we this evening?
Woohoo, hoo, ho! Oh, can you believe it? We're getting closer and closer. So, Media Day is upon us, and all the other excitement. So, I will admit, I am not a big fan of Bad Bunny. I know that puts me in the minority. And I already told my family I'm boycotting the the halftime show, and they were not impressed because that's the only reason they watch it. But yeah, I don't like him. So
American Bad Bunny. Just
Yeah.
to remind the Americans, Australians are loving the social media lately with the fact that Americans still can't figure out that Puerto Rico is part of America.
there's the territory.
So they keep saying, how come they can't get American artists? Isaac,
Oh,
did you see
jeez,
the
idiots.
all-American halftime show that got put together by the Charlie Kirk Foundation today?
Oh, please
Oh,
tell me.
is that the one with Kid
No,
Rock?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the alternate Super Bowl.
no.
Oh, I
There
did
are
see
you?
that one.
Are you for real?
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Absolutely, we are.
I think the Don might attend that one. But,
No,
it-
please, no, please.
It has been a long week without football. Like, there's no NFL, there's no NRL. I found myself watching
yeah.
tennis. I was like, what is the world coming to?
Yeah.
Hey, I love the Aussie Open. That was great.
For some reason, I ended up with a ton of women's sevens highlights in my feed from last year. Yeah, so
Oh, jeez.
my social media
All right.
feed was coming up with these amazing tries. So you know that like NRL sevens isn't far around the corner because we're getting
Yeah.
tons of that stuff now. So it's like, yes,
Well,
the best
the
version of the game now.
NRL Vegas is going to be upon us pretty soon. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We get some rugby sevens going too. We won't be without football once the Super Bowl has been run and won.
Well,
So-
that's it. Bring on
It'll
the
be
Super Bowl. Let's
Sport
go.
for choice. We might have to start talking about NRL sevens or
Oh.
rugby sevens.
Oh, easy, easy.
We're
Easy.
desperate, but we're not that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, come on!
Yeah. I don't have beer goggles on. Come on now.
I can't wait to watch the Dragons just peter out in first rounds again.
Again. Yeah.
Again. Anyway, it is Super Bowl week. Later on in the week, we will be talking as a Super Bowl preview. We will do a big Super Bowl preview. We'll talk about all of the game and a whole heap of betting and some fun games and things around the Super Bowl. But for tonight, we are going to do the other side of our playoff and sort of season review, which is the NFC side. We did the AFC the other day. There was a section that I did later on, remember, that we completely missed. So we will go back and follow all of those things up. And that is, there's a whole bunch of wild, bold predictions we did that also included a couple of water bets. That
No, that's okay. That's all right. We can.
I didn't deliberately miss
We can
that.
skip-
but
no,
I
we
was-
can. We can
I
I don't know what you're
editing-
talking about.
I was
I beg to
editing the
differ, Ian.
podcast. I know, I did not. I was editing the podcast, and I was like, we didn't do that section because I was looking for it, and I realised we didn't even talk about it. So we'll have to go back and do that because, yes, Brad and I did lose a water bet, so we need to make sure that we cover those bases off.
It's okay to lose a water bet when the guy was a Pro Bowl quarterback. That's all I'll
Yes.
say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shitter.
Never a greater Pro Bowler has been named.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
We're going to start off with some news, though. There's been a little more coaching news. The last of the head coaches, almost.
Almost.
We're almost there. We are at the goalposts. We know now that Clint Kubiak is at the absolute head of the line for the Raiders job. He had second interview, and that almost immediately came out You've got to imagine Tom Brady leaked the crap out of that one because he will be very happy that he finally got his man. Last season, he didn't get his man. They ended up missing out on Ben Johnson. And it is odd to me, Brad, and almost serendipitous that they're signing another Seahawks coach to be the head coach for the Raiders.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy when you think about it. So, Ian's talking about Clint Kubiak going to the Raiders from the Seahawks. And if you're Clint Kubiak's family, you got to wonder, do you own like stock in a moving company or something? Because he's had 6 jobs in 6 years at 6 different locations. So it's pretty wild when you think about it. But this is the life of a coach, a football coach, when you're moving up the ranks. Congratulations to him. He's the get. Everybody wants Kubiak. I think he's like Ben Johnson light, so to speak. He's not quite in the league of Ben Johnson because he hasn't done it over multiple years like Ben did when he was with Detroit. But he still has put together a great resume, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting what he does there in Las Vegas.
I agree. Everyone was waiting to see where Kubiak went after probably Harbaugh was the main guy that got off the table. It was all about Kubiak. So, interesting to see how he goes. And yeah, he's got a number 1 pick there, sitting there. So use it wisely, and he's got some cash.
I liked his time at the Vikings, Brad. He was just unfortunate that he had a shit head coach that he was under. So we never did anything. And I think he was hard done by at the Broncos, to be honest. Should have been an offensive coordinator. Very hard done by at the Saints. Like, you were never getting anywhere in 2024 at the Saints. That's just, the Saints at that point were just an absolute basket case. And they still are to an extent. So there was a little bit hard done by there because he wasn't really going to get a head coaching job out of that. But has definitely done well for himself moving to Seattle this season. And really taken over that offense and made it into quite a good-looking and functioning one, and one that is now in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so, yeah. It's hey, Vikings, you can do a lot with a good quarterback. So
again, we'll talk about that later.
Don't get him started.
Yeah,
Brad.
Because Kubiak was officially, or sort of unofficially, off the table, which everyone sort of now knows is going to happen after the Super Bowl because he can't actually sign an agreement until after the Super Bowl. The Arizona Cardinals almost immediately, I think same day, signed Mike LaFleur to be their new head coach. The Rams OC goes to the Arizona Cardinals. Interesting move for any coach really to go to the Cardinals at this point. It had to be somebody, but I guess you can end up there on your own terms when hardly anybody else wants the job, Isaac.
Yeah, well, you were saying it was the same day. I think it was within the same hour that he got announced after Kubiak was announced that he was going to the Raiders. But if I'm Mike LaFleur, I'm going with a chip on my shoulder. Like, no one thinks this team's going to be any good. I'm going there and I'm trying to change what's going on. No, everyone. Well, to me, it was like, okay, Kubiak's off the table. Who's the next best thing? Well, no, guys, I'm going to show you that I'm better than him out there, and I'm going to take this team to the playoffs.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what he does with Arizona. There are certainly quite a few issues with the Cardinals that he will have to get over. The quarterback situation there isn't great. Kyler Murray is still officially on IR, but of course you only got rid of Jacoby Brissett there as well, who played outstanding towards the end of the season. So
yeah,
could be a goer to keep Jacoby Brissett as well. You've got some great pieces on both offense and a really good defense, but it's just it's an odd situation, and I think it more reflects on the Cardinals as an organization more than anything.
But that's the big one, though. Like you're saying, QB. Like, QB is the big one. They've got the pieces in Carter. They've got Harrison Jr. He may be able to turn him around. And you got Trey McBride, who's arguably the best tight end in the league. So, like, there's pieces there. It's not an overly bad job. you've just got to figure out what to do at QB.
You got to figure out how to mesh them all together and
Yeah,
have
correct.
a good looking product on the field in what is essentially a very, very hard division, which
Yep.
LaFleur would know, coming from that same division. So that meant that Mike LaFleur leaving the Rams. Now, Nate Shieldhouse is expected to be the Rams' new OC. Shieldhouse, of course, had a few head coaching interviews himself, or a few interviews in this cycle of head coaches. So it looks like he'll get the nod as the new OC in LA. And the other one is Raheem Morris got announced as the 49ers' new defensive coordinator. Lands himself a job straight out of a head coaching cycle where he got fired.
Seems to be the place to go to rejuvenate your career, isn't it? Go be a DC in San Fran and then go get another head coaching job.
It's a good. It was always a good DC.
Yeah, I would not be out of the realm of possibility for that very thing to happen. For if he does a good job as DC there, I could see him building his reputation back up, just like what Saleh did, and going out and being the next Browns head coach. So.
And you're coming in taking over a defense that Saleh did very well with this season. So
a
lot of players that are very ingrained together. They're sort of grown together. They function really well together. So it's a big step up to start with, like from where you would usually enter as a defensive or an offensive coordinator. Usually someone gets fired. It's only now because someone's gotten a head coaching role, and you're coming into what is a pretty good defense when, like all of the 49ers, they're healthy.
Yeah.
So.
And just a few more on the Rams side of things. Les Snead and McVay signed extensions today. So
long ones too, wasn't it?
Long ones, yeah. So really happy about that. And it kind of hopefully shows that McVay's on and not talk of retirement like there was a couple of years ago.
Oh, McVay's on.
Yeah, no, I think he's changed. He's kind of worked through that whole burnout thing. That's and it's really interesting hearing him describe that whole journey. The real question, and we'll get into it later, but is this what's going to happen with Stafford?
It's funny now that the Sean McVay coaching tree is becoming one of those things, one of those massive trees. It's like what's the African tree, the big iconic, the boa tree, is that what it is?
I'm not sure.
No idea.
Those massive shade trees, that's kind of what the Sean McVay coaching tree is right now.
We would just call it an oak tree. I mean, similar, same where we were, but yeah.
Current head coaches or coordinators that are former Sean McVay assistants. Matt LaFleur, of course, is a head coach. Joe Berry, Evero, Jed Fish, Kevin O'Connell, Wes Phillips, Brandon Staley, Zach Taylor, Shane Waldron, and of course now you can add guys like Mike LaFleur, and I think there's quite a few others around. It's becoming immense.
Raheem Morris was one.
Raheem Morris, yeah.
Not just the offensive guys.
There was something yesterday that was essentially, today I read that was his last 4 offensive coordinators are now all head coaches, current head coaches.
There you go. Yep. And you're seeing the same thing with Shanahan. So McVay, Shanahan, and they all came from, really, you could trace all their stuff all the way back to all the way back to San Francisco in the 80s with their legendary head coach. So Bill Walsh, it's just, I mean, how long's a piece of string? It's crazy how these guys are all interconnected. Talk about incest. Oh, we don't talk about incest, but whatever.
Well, of course, the Mike Shanahan coaching tree goes all the way back into that as well.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That now sort of, if you can incorporate the Sean McVay one into that Mike Shanahan tree, and right back to Bill Walsh, it's the philosophies are very good. But obviously, if you're a coach like Sean McVay and your previous 4 offensive coordinators are now all current head coaches. You can tell you're doing something right as a boss.
Yep.
Basically.
Yep.
You're teaching people correctly.
Yeah.
And you're empowering them to become more than what they are.
And that's the thing with McVay. I think he actually empowers his people under him. Probably Shanahan as well. So that, I think that's why people want to work with him.
Well, there's that photo of Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay, and Mike Shanahan all at Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
all in a little group, and it's just like
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
Commanders had all three.
Yeah.
It's funny. Kevin O'Connell was in that group too.
Oh, was he?
Underneath them.
Okay. Yeah,
he's
right.
under them. So
Amazing.
yeah, it's and many others. There were other guys there who were assistants basically at the same time. Those guys were coordinators. It's wild. So wild. Anyway, there was a GM firing this week. The Vikings fire Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah after 4 seasons. Many reasons. No one knows the exact reason, but the Wolves came out basically and said that they had their usual this is the way they termed it, was their usual post-season meeting where they went over the season. And it was like, what? Initially as a Vikings fan, you're like, why are we doing that so late? We haven't been playing for a month. We're not in the playoffs, so why are you doing it so late? Anyway, then they decided that Kwesi should basically get the axe. Hasn't done well enough. Sure enough, when you look at the numbers, has not done well enough. 28 draft picks over 4 seasons. Only 4 guys are essentially fringe starters, not even full starters, fringe starters. Messed up the Vikings QB situation this past season. There was a lot of talk that he and Kevin O'Connell definitely didn't see eye to eye over, not essentially the JJ McCarthy situation. I think they all agreed that he was supposed to be the future, but what should happen with Sam Darnold or getting somebody else in the building to be to lead the team until McCarthy was okay enough to take the field as a starter. So it seems like they don't totally believe in McCarthy as a starter right now, which I think I've been saying that all along, that seems like an odd situation that it was going that way. And of course we ended up with Nick Foles at the very end of it as a backup, and that's where that went. So yeah, there's apparently the Aaron Rodgers of it all as well, that they should have just signed. A lot of players were asking why they didn't just sign Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Once watching Rodgers do so well this season with the Steelers. So there's that, and amongst other things, for 2026, the Vikings are forecast to have minus $41 million in cap space. One of the worst in the league amongst some of the worst teams.
That's a hole that
That's
you
pretty-
don't that you want to get out of. That is.
Yeah. So Rob Brzezinski, who's been with the team a long time as an advisor and as a business advisor, all this other stuff, he's going to lead the franchise until after the draft. So it seems like a lot of the draft is probably going to be down to Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores, no doubt. So big changes there. They will still choose a GM post-draft as to lead the Vikings into hopefully something better. The final bit of news for today, the NFL announced the international games for 2026, and high on the list is a brand new game, first time for Paris, France, and it is a New Orleans Saints home game in Paris this season. Of course, there is Brazil, Germany, Spain, 3 games in London, and of course our game in Melbourne, Australia, the Rams home game next season. The NFL is truly going international now.
It's just a short hop, skip, and a jump before we reach the NFL's goal of having an international game every week of the season, probably bar the last week. It's gonna happen. It will happen. It may wait, but you're seeing it creep up every year, and especially when the owners get that 18th game, I think you'll see another big push. But that's their goal. They want one international game every week.
Well, this is 8 now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have 8 in 2026, and they did also say that the goal is to have each of the 32 teams play at least one international game every single season.
Yeah, yeah. Which, so they still, that's why they want that 18th game, because essentially they still keep all their home games. They're not going to lose any revenue there, and they're just adding an extra overseas game.
Thank God that the Australian team is the Rams and not the Saints. we are thanking our lucky stars that the Rams are coming over here and we didn't get stuck with, say, I don't know, one of the lesser teams.
Yeah, well,
the New York
even
Jets.
you'd never get East Coast, but even then, you wouldn't want like Arizona. At least I wouldn't.
Well, that's right. Yeah,
We
Arizona.
might end up that way yet.
No,
Yeah.
don't say
Jesus.
that. Don't say that.
It does bode well for our game now as well. It is a little bit fortunate for the NFL that the Rams aren't in the Super Bowl, because it means that they don't need to worry about trying to reschedule a Super Bowl rematch like we usually have every season in week 1. So now they're sort of free to pick from most of the Rams' home schedule this next season.
Yeah, but even like their schedule, the teams they're scheduled up against are all decent teams. Like you got the Cardinals, the Giants will be better this year. So whoever comes out here to play the Rams,
nearly any of them, and it'll be good.
Yeah,
It'll
except
still
the
sell
Cardinals.
out. So
yeah. So yeah, we're lucky that they've got such a good schedule and they're a Super Bowl contending team. Really,
we'll be real lucky if we get to go to the game. Hey, NFL, hit us up.
Oh, we're going.
Hey, LA Rams, hit us up.
Yeah, please.
Let's go. We can do much more than some others. Let's go. We'll cover
I'll
the
even,
game.
I'll rub the Ben Gay on the guy's
whoa.
hamstring.
What is a Ben Gay?
Oh, sorry. It's like deep heat. It's like it's the athletic rub. It's not meant to be a
I
euphemism.
do love the smell of deep heat.
Especially when you're rubbing it on the Rams players. Ooh.
Yeah. You haven't lived till you've rubbed a hamstring, let me tell you.
Oh, you haven't lived till you've broken one, Brad.
Oh, sweet mother of pearl. No, thank you.
So that's the news. That's where we're at. The NFL is going international. Do yourself a favor if you are in Australia. Is jump on Facebook and see the reactions from the American fans about the NFL international games. It is a hilarious time when a lot of them are trying to figure out time zones already. And no one has still worked out that the NFL overall is a business in the entertainment business, and not just a sporting code.
These are the same people that complain because Bad Bunny's not American.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I was
anyway.
watching some of them try to do the mental gymnastics about what goddamn time am I going to have to get up to watch the Australia game? Logical people are going, it's going to get played at midday here, so that's, Thursday night football or Friday night football. That's prime time, baby.
Yeah.
They're going to aim it towards them.
Because
that's
some
fine.
people go, bloody hell, I have to get up at 3 a.m. to watch a football game. No.
Idiots. Idiots. That's just, yeah. Those are the same people that have never been, 20 kilometers outside of where they were born. So, please don't judge us.
Oh, we're judging, Brad.
Yeah, there's plenty of ignorant Australians too. So,
Not doubting that.
Please.
But we still live on an island and our education standard is better.
I don't know about the education, but that's another podcast.
All right, let's get on to our NFC review. As we did last week with the AFC, we are going to go through the teams that didn't make it to the top step, the ones that made the playoffs but didn't get over the hump. And what do they need to get back to the playoffs next season and then get over that hump? So how do they get there? And as we did last week, we will start off at the bottom of the wildcard slate. We start with that. Do we want to start with that, or do we want to go with the games, the under-overs, boys?
Go the under-over.
We go under-overs?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll start with
let's do that.
under-overs first. Righto, NFC East. The Washington Commanders. Under-over was 9.5. Isn't it weird when you go back and you review what some of this stuff was
Jeez,
early season?
Yeah.
9.5. Nick and Isaac went under. Me and Brad went over. So that's a big fail. The Cowboys had 7.5. They ended up 7 and 9 and 1. How do you do 7.5 when it's 7, 9 and 1? It is just wins. So they did only get 7 wins. That draw killed everything.
Yeah, it did.
Nick went under. He was the only one to go under. The rest of us went over.
Mm-hmm.
So close. We're right on the line. Bang on. The Philadelphia Eagles, 11.5. They ended up with 11.
Oh,
We all went
damn
over.
it.
Did we really?
We all went over.
Oh, wow.
The New York Football Giants. They had 4 wins. Their under-over line was 5.5. We all went under.
Beautiful.
Because of that.
Good. Okay, we finally got that one.
Because of that horrible schedule.
Yeah.
NFC North, Minnesota Vikings had 8.5. They ended up with 9 wins thanks to a little run home.
Oh,
Yeah, so Nick and Isaac went under. Brad and I went over.
Wow.
The Green Bay Packers, 9.5, ended up with 9, 7 and 1. Good lord.
one again.
Yeah, but it's okay because we all went over, so that killed us again. Those damn draws.
Oh God.
Detroit Lions, who achieved 14 wins in 2024, 10.5 was their line, and they ended up with 9 and 8.
Oh,
Goodness.
Brad and I went under. Nick and Isaac went over.
yeah.
I think we're pretty even so far, boys.
Yeah, I think so. I think
the next
so.
one's going to hurt us all.
The Chicago Bears,
Yeah.
8.5.
Phew.
Guess who went
Must
over?
it. You
You.
did. You know, I'm assuming by that tone.
Yeah.
No, Brad.
Did I go? I went over.
Oh, there you go.
The rest of us went under.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have ever gone over on the Bears, to be honest.
I was a Ben Johnson sycophant, and it's paid off.
The NFC West. No, I'm going to leave that. NFC South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 9.5 for the Bucks. The Bucks ended up with 8 and 9.
Man, I'm just going to listen to all the over-unders at the beginning of the season, just put my playoff bets based off of that. Jeez.
We all went over except for Isaac, who went under.
Okay.
And that was because of Isaac's Carolina Panthers call.
Yeah, Super Bowl!
6.5 the Carolina Panthers line was. They ended up 8 and 9. So Isaac definitely gets that one. Who else got that? I did. I went over there, and then Nick and Brad went under. The New Orleans Saints, 5.5. Ended up 6 and 11.
Gee, many Christmas.
And we all went under.
Yeah. Oh, I had no faith in Kellen. Sorry, buddy.
No. The Atlanta Falcons. I think it was just that schedule, though, Brad. It was like the Giants schedule. It was just terrible.
Hard.
The Atlanta Falcons, 7.5. They ended up at 8 and 9. Brad went over. Everyone else went under.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Well done, Brad. Well done.
All right. The best division in football in the past decade, the NFC West 2025 season. The Los Angeles, let's go from the bottom. The Arizona Cardinals, 8.5
Under.
was their under line. Nick went over.
Oh, God, Nick. What were you thinking? That's a typo, I would say.
No, that's Nick going over.
That was a pancake.
He also said they were going to be third in the division.
Do you want to revisit some of them after this?
Oh, we could do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could do that one right now because this is the worst division, I think, and this is the hilarious one from Nick. I said third in the division. Isaac and Brad both went last for the Cardinals, so that's correct.
Yeah, we got that.
The San Francisco 49ers, 10.5 wins was the line, 12-5.
I think I picked them way under. I think
You took under, and Isaac took under.
Under, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick had him winning the division,
Did he really?
Close enough.
and the rest of us had second.
Miracle worker.
The Los Angeles Rams, 9.5. What did you end up, Isaac? 12-5.
12-5, yeah.
Yep. We
all
went over.
That one, I felt like it was just too easy. I don't know
Nick
why
had him-
we nailed
Nick had
that
him
one.
second in division. The rest of us had him first. And the one nobody expected,
Yeah.
the Super Bowl bound Seattle Seahawks, number 1 seed in the NFC at 14-3. Their under-over line was 8.5.
Jesus. Looking back at that now, you're like, far out.
Brad was the only one that went over. Brad and Isaac took him as third in division. Nick and I went last in the division for the Seahawks. Unreal.
I think I made that prediction after I saw them in their preseason game and I saw what Kubiak was doing. I loved it. But so I took the over, but no way could I sit here and say, oh yeah, number 1 seed going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's it.
Now I'll tally those up again, same as I did last week. I haven't tallied them up yet. I'm pretty sure Brad's beaten us this week.
Yeah,
No,
this week, I think.
I think he has smashed it this week. So I'll tally them up. You'll see them. Should be seeing them up on your screen right now. If you weren't around for last week's show, number 1, go back and listen. Brad, Isaac, and Nick all ended up with 9. I ended up with 7.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So we were tied.
I had a couple more to get ahead on. So that's out of what's that? 4, 8, 12, 16 predictions. Yeah, you guys ended up 9 out of 16. I ended up 7 out of 16.
Okay.
Not too bad.
So I'll tally that up. You'll see both of those, our total out of 32, but also just the NFC ones. All right, let's get to those reviews on the teams.
Well, that's
what people are here for. It's what people want to listen to. Apart from us being idiots. The 9-7-1 Green Bay Packers. The Packers had what can be termed as the hard season after starting out with a draw early on against the Cowboys. They were up against that draw the entire season. They had quite a few injuries along the way, especially as they went down the stretch to their offensive side of the ball, losing Jordan Love for big periods of the season, then losing Tucker Kraft late, which really hurt them because he was basically their number 1 receiver on the team. Other guys tried to step up. We had great games out of Josh Jacobs. Their defense got stronger with Micah Parsons and then lost Micah Parsons down the stretch when they really needed him most. Boys, Isaac, to start off with Isaac, how are you feeling about the Packers? What do they need? What do the Packers need in short terms to get back to the playoffs? Because they always seem to get there, just reach there. But what do they need to get over that hump now with Jordan Love and co?
What they thought they had in Michael Golden. They need a true wide receiver one. They can't do it by committee anymore. It's shown to not be effective. They've finished, I think we've mentioned it before, 7th in the last 3 years in the conference. So they need that alpha male wide receiver one to go out there and get it. And you're probably going to lose Malik Willis this offseason, so you need a backup that can come in and do what he did.
Is it, Brad, do you think that the whole wide receiver by committee thing that we've been seeing over the past couple of seasons for the Packers, do you think that's a LaFleur problem?
No, I don't. No, I don't think it's a LaFleur problem. I think it's just the wide receivers themselves are just not that great. I think they're okay. I think LaFleur is a great coach. The receivers have not panned out the way they wanted them to, and you're most likely going to lose Romeo Dobbs. That's survivable, but that's the problem is they had such high expectations for that guy, and he hasn't panned out. And they're probably going to lose Quay Walker, linebacker, and which is going to make their linebacking core even more thin. They're probably going to lose Nate Hobbs, cornerback, which he's just been a disaster anyway compared to his contract and what he's done. So, yeah, no, I don't think it's just the wide receiver committee approach. I think it's more of a personnel and scouting evaluation.
Righto. Well, next up is the San Francisco 49ers, who possibly had the biggest injury roster we've ever seen. What, apart from maybe a new hospital built next to the facility, the geriatric wing, or it's just a cardiac wing. What are the 49ers? What do we need? There's definite holes on this team. It's hard to pinpoint exactly where some of them are because you get these players that are floating in and out of the squad as they get healthy. I think I said it earlier a couple of weeks ago. When they're healthy, they are easily one of the best lineups in football.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%.
1,000%.
Both sides of the ball. It is just the fact that they are never all on the field at once. And I don't think they ever have been.
Yeah, very, very rarely have they been. The good thing about the Niners is they are going to have some cap space. I believe this year they're going to have like over $40 million in cap space. The bad thing is they're going to lose Juwan Jennings, I think, which actually is a big loss. And you talked about areas that they need. They need wide receiver depth. Because what's his name? The guy who's
Ayuk. Not coming back.
Well, Ayuk's not. Yeah,
they really could have used Brandon Ayuk this season.
Oh, they totally could have. But I'm just thinking, what's his name? Who likes to get shot? And Pearsall. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like to get shot?
Robinson?
Really?
Oh, which one?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's what they need. A good another wide receiver, and they got to get depth on that O line. I mean, Nick would admit that how much longer can Trent Williams go? He's been playing amazing, but they got to get some more depth at O-line. They got to get depth at D-line, which, that's what they're known for is going after those trenches. So, and the reality is they're not going to be as banged up and hurt as this year.
You said that last year.
Yeah, you're right. I did. Yeah, you're right. I did.
Well, they're looking into that whole substation next to the training ground thing.
Yes.
What? What are you talking about?
Too. Yeah, about where they train. Is that right?
Yeah. So where they train, where they train in San Francisco, right next to the training ground is like a major substation.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was some sort of internet theories thrown around that it could have something like all these injuries could be in relation to the electrical interference in the body and all this sort of nonsense, right?
Sure.
But they are going so far to investigate why they keep ending up with these injuries, like players that just randomly get injured, that they are even giving credence to that random theory that and having someone investigate, is there a thing here because of any kind of radiation or bleed off from it?
Yeah. Well,
substation next to the training facility.
Well,
When-
they should
when
go
you-
get some of those power bands. You know those power bands that you can never knock you off balance. That'll help them.
Yes, when you've invested that much money into that team, I don't blame him for investigating all that stuff. And I will say this, and this is pure anecdotal. I had a really good friend in America who he lived behind one of those massive power lines that you see them here in Australia, but the big ones, not just the neighborhood
Yeah, we
ones.
tend
with
to
the-
put them through the bush, not through people's homes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he literally, his backyard was backed up onto these power line. He would go out there with the fluoro tube, just hold it up in the air, and it would light up. So it tells you that there's some, electricity crap in the air. Now, how that affects the body, who knows? But, it can't be good for you, I don't think. So, yeah, I'd be investigating that too. And if my grandma liked to crap on Thursdays versus Tuesdays or stuff like that, who knows?
So the 49ers are basically redoing the entire movie of Aaron Brockovich.
Yes, yes. Exactly.
But yes, I do agree. They need some proper wide receivers, and it's a thing with a lot of teams this season. They need some wide receiver depth that can be there. They're likely going to have to do something about the tight end position as well.
Yeah, Kittle's getting
Kittle
old.
being up for such a large portion of the season and getting injured again.
Yep.
Is not going to. They're going to have to address that big time.
Funches went all right when he come in though.
He
in
did,
that
but I
tight
just
end spot.
don't. It's not the same. Yeah, I think that they need to spend some of that money and figure it out longer term than just half a season.
Yeah.
You need
I'd
someone that's better.
I wish Nick was here because I'd like to know why they didn't trade Ayuk. Because did they seriously think like he was going to play for him?
Well, I think they'll wait until he recovered from his ACL, weren't they?
I
And by
think.
that-
Yeah.
By
I
that
think-
time, it was the deadline.
They
Was
They
also
didn't trade it.
they also gave him a 4-year, $120 million extension in 2024.
Yeah.
So-
Well, yeah. I know. I get that, but it just seemed like his attitude. Was
So
not.
I think there
into
may
it.
have been a fair chunk of the contract. I'm just trying to look up the contract now. I think there's a fair chunk of that contract that might have been prohibitive to sort of trading him this year. And I think it may have also been a little bit of well, you can just sit on the back burner and that's your problem.
Mhm.
What are you going to get for him though? Like honestly, with his attitude that's come out and he hasn't played in a season and a half.
Yeah.
What?
They
Well,
really
now,
should
yeah.
Yeah, you're right though. At somewhere near the deadline, you should have picked a team that was super needy for a wide receiver going down the stretch, like the Bills, and just taken whatever you could get for him because you're going to make him sit anyway, and then get in this position now, which you're right, where what are you going to get for a guy with a terrible attitude that doesn't want to play for a team? Yeah. It's
I
a fair
know
old
you're
cap.
you're going to get George Pickens. That's what you're going to get.
It's a fair old cap hit, to be honest. But you would have been picking up a pretty decent player if you could get him to be on the field.
Yeah.
Which is the only thing. Brad, you mentioned the cap space. I just went and had a look over the cap to check out what the cap space is like for a lot of these teams. You are right. Essentially $43 million in cap space.
That's a lot.
And they're only taking on about $21 million dead money.
Is this
season.
with the new
Yes.
lot?
So this is with the new base salary cap at $303.5 million for 2026, which unbelievably raises another $24 million in 2027.
Awesome.
Goes
Wow. So roughly an 8% increase. That's huge.
That's
Oh,
some maths right there, Mr. Maths teacher.
There you go.
Right.
Sorry.
I'm going to point out some of these other teams' cap spaces as we go along, but I want to point out one that we won't talk about. The Seattle Seahawks have $73 million in cap space and are only taking on $483,000 in dead money next season.
Amazing job.
Say
And
that
they're
one
in
more
this-
time. Say that again. Say that one more time.
$73.5 million in cap space for 2026, Brad, for the Seattle Seahawks.
What? That's insane.
They're not even at the top, to be honest, of cap space. But they are up there big time. But their dead money at the moment for 2026 is only $483,000. They're not even in a million, not even $500,000.
That's Fanat Schneider, or what's his name?
Yeah.
That's hats off to him. Hats off to him. That's insane.
So they've got a lot of money to spend to back up this season. Anyway, let's move on to some others. And actually, one of those that I was going to talk about, the Los Angeles Rams ended up as the 5th seed this season. Went quite far. We're basically taking on Seattle to go to the Super Bowl. 12-5. Isaac, what do the Rams need to get back here again? We talked all season about the fact that this team has been built to win a Super Bowl. It's been built for playoffs. It's still going to be built next season. I don't think you really lose a lot. That defense is so incredibly young, and they're essentially just starting out, and you can only really add to it.
Yeah.
What's the tip to get over the hump, really? What's the tip to get that championship game that they just missed out on?
The glaring need is in the secondary. Our secondary got torched, especially in the playoffs. And then we need to invest some time into the special teams and get that right again. And we need to be solid to above average in all three facets of the game. So you see the mock drafts hanging around now, and they're targeting a safety. So hopefully they may do that but they're also up there, I think, in the cap space department as well, so they can go out and have a good look. I'd also like to just get someone a little bit better as our backup quarterback, just in case Stafford does give it away. So we've got Garoppolo and Stenson Bennett there, but we need someone a bit more along in that department. So I'd be in the market for a decent backup QB, and we've got the money to splash on one that's a bit better than normal.
Speaking of Rams special teams, they signed Bubba Ventrone this week as their new special teams coordinator. Bubba was with the Colts for 4 years, and then the Browns for the last couple of years. And he's a former NFL standout player on special teams, says AI.
I'm sorry. Is there not a more American name than Bubba?
Yeah.
You know what I immediately go to?
Forrest Gump.
Yep, they got garlic shrimp, they got purple shrimp.
Yes, exactly. I think anybody over the age of 30 goes to Forrest Gump.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
35.
So they've gone with a veteran coach basically to fix those special teams woes, but of course you need players to be able to deal with that as well.
Yeah.
Brad, any thoughts on the Rams? What can the Rams do?
Yeah, I think they're in a good spot. Let me rephrase that. If Stafford comes back, they're shopping for a ring because in terms of that's how close they are. If Stafford's gone, then they're resetting, I think, to a certain degree. Maybe a little bit more than just a reload. They've got the cap space, so in my notes, they've got over 48 million in cap space. The big thing, like what Isaac mentioned, is safety. Cam Curl, he's a free agent. If they can bring him back on a good deal, then great, fine. Otherwise, let him go. Jimmy G's a free agent, so we'll see what they do there. Isaac's right. I think they need an upgrade there in that. And then their three cornerbacks, Durant, McCrary, and Witherspoon, are also free agents. They got to try and bring one or two of them back, even if they weren't that great. But the biggest news is they've got 2 picks in the top 30, pick 13 and pick 29. So I think that's the fact that you've got 48 million in cap space, you were so close this year. You've got pick 1329. You've done historically really good in the draft lately. And if Stafford comes back, I think Adams will come back. If Stafford doesn't come back, I wouldn't see surprised if you see Adams go. And they do a little bit more of a hard reset. So they've got flexibility, and if there's somebody that can do it, I think it's McVay can. So I like their chances.
Yeah, 48 million in cap space. Their effective cap space is about 40 million. They're one of those teams. $700,000 in dead money is all they take into 2026.
Yeah,
with a team that just missed out on a championship ring.
Yeah, they got to do something. Like Isaac said, they got to do something in that secondary, though.
I think that defense gets better next season, regardless. I think they get better for the issues that they had in the championship game, because they're so young. So it's just experience, and they know if they can get back there again, they're not going to make those same mistakes. They're not going to spend the entire week baiting the Seattle Seahawks, saying that they've got Sam Darnold's number, and then he lights them up in the game. So things like that. Don't bait the opposition quarterback in a championship game.
Don't give me any bulletin board. Yep.
And surely gets another year with that defense.
That's right.
To improve it. So.
Yep. Yeah. And he got a lot of positive pub late in the season. Potentially, his name was bandied about for head coaching hires. But I think, I think he's a legit coach, and you keep him another year. I think he'll pay even more dividends.
Yep. Isaac, your other team, the Carolina Panthers. 8-9, held so much promise for the season. It was written in the stars, Isaac.
I read them, Ian.
But they faltered everywhere. But they still ended up winning a division just because somebody else got them to that win.
Somebody had to win it.
What the hell do the Carolina Panthers do in 2026 to try and not make the NFC South an absolute basket case?
I don't know, because I think that division is going to be on the up with Stefanski coming to Atlanta, and what the New Orleans Saints did last year was, so Tampa have to be on edge as well. Now, unfortunately, I think it's going to be a stagnant year for them next year, because they're going to have to give Bryce one more year to see if he's an actual NFL quarterback. So maybe they've got to figure out what to do at running back. They flipped between Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. They need to just pick one and go with it. And then obviously the defense. The defense was better than predicted, but still can get better. So they need to look at doing something on that defense.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a ton of cap space, 14 million, and I think their coaching situation is good. But it's the Bryce Young thing. You're caught a little bit in tweener land, so to speak, because I feel like he's the type of guy. He's earned the right to continue to keep going, but he hasn't earned the right for any significant contract, or to say you're going to win because of him. I think you can win in spite of him, or you can win with him, but you can't win because of him. And that's a key distinction. I think, when you see some of these other quarterbacks, you're winning because of them, and they don't have a good enough overall team to win in spite of him. That defense is good, but that they put a lot of money into that O-line this season, and that O-line's not coming back the way it did this year. They're going to lose some key guys. So I think that's the biggest problem for him, for Bryce Young. So it would not surprise me that much if you see him regress a little bit. The way they win is when they have run control, and Bryce Young, you're not putting the game in his hands and asking him to do hero ball. And unless they come up with some great offensive line wizardry and can shore that up, then I worry about them going forward. They made progress, but I don't know it's sustainable.
I feel like the Bryce Young thing might hit ahead sort of mid-season. And I think if that's the case, they really need to have some kind of backup that that actually works at QB. Someone more than Nick Foles, or whoever. Andy Dalton.
Yep.
They need a better solution at sort of backup QB.
Gardner, bring in the Minshew.
Bring Minshew mania. He'll be starting the start of next season.
Yeah, he would.
Because I think that'll hit its natural head by mid-season.
Yeah,
they will know by mid-season, week 9 or 10, wherever their bye falls, whether Bryce is going to be it or not. Because you're right, Isaac. They need to give him one more season, but he's no good just plowing on for the entire season with him if you know he's not going to be the guy.
Yeah. And I don't think he would survive another benching. I really don't.
No,
I think he would be done at the Carolina, and he'd probably just be a perennial backup, in my opinion.
Yeah. So that's where we are with that one for the Panthers. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Boo!
Brad, what do the Eagles need to not get back to the playoffs and disappoint us all? What do the Eagles need? What do Eagles fans need to look forward to see their team back in the playoffs again and back at the highest of highs as they were at this time last season? How do they get back here? Is it just a honeymoon thing again?
They need 6 offensive coordinators in 6 years. And they're a little bit the victim of their own success in that regard. But still, they've got some significant things, I think, to deal with. They got, I believe, $20 million in cap space, which, is not huge, not like some of these other teams that had the 40 plus, but it's you can do some things with it. Dallas Goedert's a free agent. Nakobe Dean, the linebacker, who's played like a stud, an absolute stud. He's going to be a free agent. So they got to make some decisions what they're going to do there. Mannion, their new offensive coordinator, who's come over from the Packers, yay! I'm not convinced that he's the guy, but I understand why. He's the LaFleur coaching tree, Shanahan coaching tree, so you got to give him a shot. But nothing about the Eagles says, they still got the talent to do stuff. But that offense has to finally produce, and I think you got to decide out what you're going to do with AJ Brown. Because do you really want to go through another season with AJ Brown being, all butthurt about everything? So I don't think you do.
I was just about to say, the main thing they need to do is get their locker room together.
Yeah,
For the past. Even when they won the Super Bowl at the start of that season, there was rumblings of the locker rooms not. Sirianni might be gone. So they all need to get on the same page. I think AJ Brown's gone. Leave him. He's gone, and lean into Devonta Smith as your wide receiver 1, and go and get him a number 2, and see where that takes you. And hand the ball to Saquon Barkley. Seriously, he's went away from it. You need to just lean into Saquon again like you did the previous season. He took you to the Super Bowl.
I could see him trading Brown to the Saints, reunite him with Kellen Moore and for like Olave and maybe a draft pick or something. And if I was the Eagles, I'd do that in a heartbeat personally. But yeah, because he'd get fed like a dog at the Saints. Like they would just ride him till the cows come home.
Righto. The final one is the darlings of the NFC, apart from the Seattle Seahawks this season. The two big stories were the Seattle Seahawks and, of course, the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson took over the Chicago Bears as head coach and took a team that was out in the wilderness in 2024 and made them a very, very viable product. They ended up as the second overall seed coming into the playoffs, won a game, and then just sort of went away. The Cardiac Bears was what they were called all season. Very close games that they won all through the season. What do they do to sort of get rid of that tag to start with? How do they start dominating games and get back up here and push further and get right to that championship game?
The line. They have to invest more in that line, the defensive line, I think. And I think in order to do that, because they don't have a lot of cap space, they're 5.3 over on cap space. They need defensive line help. The only way I think they can do that is they got to make a decision about DJ Moore, because is he really worth $23 million a year? I don't think he is. You're not going to get 23 million if you cut him. You're only going to get about 16 million of that if you trade him or get rid of him, whatever. And he's a good player. I just don't think he's worth the value, and I think that money is better spent on the line.
Yeah, but he come up big for them in the fourth quarters in the playoffs and around there.
Yep. No, he did.
I think much like I said with the Jags last week, they got what they needed this year, which is experience. Everyone knows now what they need to do to win in the playoffs, actually. And they call the Cardiac Bears. They had those Rams and they just missed out, but from experience, I believe. So I think they just need the experience, and they'll be back there.
Caleb, so he was pretty volatile this season. Obviously, he made improvement, but he was pretty volatile. Do you think he's going to continue to improve, or is this just Caleb Williams?
No, I think he's going to continue to improve. So I think it was a lot of Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams getting to know each other, as in what they want from each other, what Caleb needs from Ben Johnson, and what Ben Johnson needs Caleb to do out on the field. And that's why they probably started the season a bit slower than what they would have liked. And then they come through at the end like a raging bull. So I just think it's getting to know each other, and I've got them pretty high for next season already.
Yeah, I would agree. And the fact that they're going to have stability, I think that the worst thing that they could do would be panic. I say they need help on that defensive line, but they don't need to go out, in my opinion, they don't need to go out and do some big splash. Don't go and get Max Crosby. Just go and do your thing, because you've got plenty of time. There's no need to mortgage the farm just on these next couple seasons.
I'm pretty sure they did that last time they reached the playoffs, when they reached the playoffs and then they went out and splashed for Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out. So, I agree with what you're saying.
Righto, so that's what the playoffs teams can do to get back to playoffs again and get over that hump to get to the Super Bowl. I will not forget it, Isaac. Bold Takes 2025 edition. I've been sort of looking up a few random ones just to fact check ourselves and just essentially just see where a few of these landed at, because going back through them, a couple of them are amazing little bold takes we've got in amongst this lot. I'll run down the list of a few that I have found. There are some absolute stinkers, so we will talk about those quickly as well as I read them out. Absolute stinkers. Taylor put up probably he put up the number one bold take. It was first one in. He knew exactly what he wanted this season, and what a take it was. Devontae Adams will lead all wide receivers in touchdowns. Ding! Absolutely,
Wow.
he did.
Well done.
I'm pretty sure Tay might have put a bet on that as well. From memory.
Well done.
That was a great one. Brad had some stinkers, a lot of them.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah. How's that Aston Genty one going?
How's that Justin Fields comeback player of the year going?
Shut up.
Come back to the bench player of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Brian Schottenheimer win coach of the year after leading Dallas to the NFC Conference Championship game.
Oh, too good.
Hey, you gotta believe.
How's that Miley Cyrus will be the 2026 Super Bowl halftime performer, Brad?
Better than Bad Bunny, I'll tell you that. She's gonna be on the alternate cast with the Turning Point. I'm gonna run to that one.
You know one you did get right, Brad? Anthony
What?
Richardson will not start more than 2 games this season.
Yeah! There we go. He's a twat.
He's a twat. I don't think you expected it to happen where it did, though, did you?
No, I did not. No. Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. You're right about that.
I'm just trying to look up this next one because you've got a George Pickens take in here.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And
I'm looking at that one now.
I was just trying to go down the list. He is number 3. George Pickens ended up as a number 3 receiver on the season. You said will be a top 10 wide receiver statistically at the end of the year.
Well done, Brad. Well done.
I'll take that. A broken clock is right twice a day. Thank you. There's my 2.
Tay still had Ted McMillan as offensive rookie of the year. That could still happen.
I like that.
He did bang on about the Vikings being the best offense in the NFL and have the best regular season record.
Ooh.
That definitely did not happen.
Ooh, out.
What else have we got in there? Oh,
Brian Thomas Jr. will lead to lead the NFL in receiving yards.
yes.
Ooh.
That
Nope.
was a.
Was that Maddie?
No, that was Tay.
That's Tay as
Okay.
well. I said that Daniel Jones will lead the Colts in a playoff game. God, I got close.
You know what? If he stays healthy, I bet you're right.
Yep. If that Achilles stayed intact, we were good.
If only. Yep.
We were good. Bengals have the worst defense in the league. Now, this is one I was trying to really work out before. 'Cause I was trying to get the stats. ESPN wouldn't give it to me. I think that would have been close.
Surely the Jets would be there. Not getting
Oh,
a
no, it would be the
fucking
Jets.
interception.
Sorry, we had Jets. They didn't get an interception. So that's the Bengals definitely weren't. Isaac, you said none other than the Panthers will win the NFC South. Well done. Look at that. Denver will have the same record as the Chiefs. Turns out they had better.
Better, yeah.
So, yeah, got to give you that one.
Yep.
Detroit will have the best record in the NFL. No.
Yeah, awesome.
CMC will play in every single game this season. You know how many games he played in?
Every single one.
Every single one.
Did he?
McCaffrey.
Woo!
He sucked all the health juice out of everyone else in that stadium.
He's a vampire. We found the problem.
I like that.
Someone contact the 49ers. We know what the problem is. It's Christian McCaffrey.
Trade him away.
I remember for one of our bets, I had him scoring on the over on rushing touchdowns, which I think it was 7 or 8, and he smashed that. So,
Yeah.
Nick said the Patriots will make the playoffs. Not just the playoffs, the Super Bowl.
I think I laughed at him when he said that.
Manjot said the Giants will only win 1 game the whole season. Nope.
You got the Caleb one right, I think. Did Caleb get over
Caleb Williams
4,000?
becomes the first 4,000-yard passer in Bears franchise history. I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, he is.
I'm pretty sure he is.
There you
So
go.
you got
Good
that
job,
one right.
Manjot.
Keon Coleman breaks out after a disappointing rookie season. No, he did not. In fact, he got railroaded by his owner. So Steelers have a losing season under Mike Tomlin due to Aaron Rodgers being shit, said Manshot. Debatable about Aaron Rodgers, but though they had a winning season, he managed to do it again. Najee Harris. Najee Harris, 1,200 rushing yards and 8 TDs for the Chargers.
Didn't see the field, did he?
Did he see the field at all?
I don't even think so.
I was just trying to find him on the list. I think he would have seen the field at some point, wouldn't he? Or did he break early on?
He broke before the season started.
Yeah, so that one's dead and buried.
With the eye injury with the fireworks, wasn't it?
I think this is Matty, I'm pretty sure. KC do not win the AFC West. Denver with the PFF number 2 rated defense and number 2 rated O-line take control. Matty C.
Wow.
Get on up, Matty C. Although he did then say that Baltimore would have the best record of all teams this season, so no. 49ers will this is definitely Matty C. 49ers will finish 4th in the NFC West for a second year running. No. You can't read out the names that he put in here, though. Panthers are playoff bound for the first time since 2017.
Yep.
Got that one. Just got that one. A running back not named Saquon or Henry will lead the league in rushing yards. Who was it, Isaac?
Don't even know, but it wasn't them.
Rushing yards.
Is it CMC?
It is James Cook the
Oh,
third.
there you go.
Oh yeah, sure.
16-21. I just wanted to make sure he did get the required amount of yards because Derrick Henry is number 2 on that list.
Ooh.
So he got so close. Nick Chubb will have the most rushing touchdowns for the Texans. I do actually need to have it. I do need to check that one out because Nick Chubb was on the field a lot.
I don't think it was him though. Was it?
It was Woody Marks, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think Woody Marks might have beat him to that because Woody Marks turns out to be an absolute sensation.
Woody Marks had 5. Nick Chubb had 3.
Yeah, righto. I must have just scrolled past him. All right. CMC rushes for 1,400 yards. That didn't help. That didn't happen. Stays healthy the entire season. I think he had way more receiving yards than he did rushing yards. He was just a receiving phenom this year. 1,200 he ended up with rushing yards. Manjot was so close.
It's phenomenal.
The Christian McCaffrey takes were everywhere. All right. The big one. The water bet. Shazor Sanders will start the most games of all Browns QBs this season. How many games did Joe Flacco start?
4.
How many games did Dylan Gabriel start?
I think it was 6.
How many games did Shador Sanders start? Because it's one more.
No, don't ever do that again. You just lost your man card.
The kids loved it though.
Yeah. No.
Cut that.
So Nick and Isaac bet Brad and I that Shador Sanders would have more than any other QB, more starts than any other QB on the Browns roster this season. Of course, he had one more game than Dylan Gabriel. We were so freaking close.
If Gabriel hadn't have got hurt, it wouldn't have even been close. But
no,
he did.
It wouldn't have. He would have started at least a couple more before they put Shador in.
Yeah, exactly.
Well.
And Shador Sanders,
Could have, should have,
Pro Bowler with 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions in 7 games, managed to start more games than any other QB on the Browns roster.
Phenomenal.
Not that is a high point for any quarterback ever.
Yeah.
It's a high point for me.
Yeah. So Brad and I do lose that water bet, so we do have to take some water.
Pony up.
I'm
Can
gonna
I
have
take
to-
it in the form of an enema? Is that all right? Can I do that?
Please,
Better-
video it. We need to put it on socials.
It's better than what I was going to suggest, Brad. I was thinking it's summertime. It's 25 today, but it's been 40 degrees lately a lot of the
Yeah.
time for me. I seem to think taking water for a water bet now is probably not within the spirit of it all, considering I could just literally jump in a pool.
Yes.
So it's not, and it's 40 degrees, so like, what's it really going to matter? So I'll give this to you. I will wait until the middle of next season, maybe winter time. No, winter time. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. When's the draft? The draft is
April, I believe.
Oh.
I'm just going to try and pick sometime colder in
April or
in
May.
the Hunter Valley of New South Wales.
Oh God!
I feel like because I would have made you do the same thing. You boys do the
Oh.
same thing.
I'd do it
Yeah.
in middle of winter, like it's
Middle
so
of-
hot right
Yes, end of April is the draft.
now. I don't think it's still cold enough. I think we can get colder. Melbourne? Tasmania.
Oh jeez.
What do you
middle
want?
of the season, beautiful. Let's
Middle
do
of
it
the
right
season?
before the draft.
Right before the draft. All right, I'll do it. It'll be the draft. We'll have
Okay.
evidence right before the draft.
Done.
Maybe I'll set up the camera and everything outside. I'll just do the whole show on draft night. The draft
Done.
spectacular. I'll take water mid-show. Let's go. How about that for showmanship?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'll
I'll
just.
tell
I'll
you what,
st-
if
I'll
it's a
stick-
cold night, I'll jump in the pool. Let's go.
yeah. I'll stick with my enema.
Yeah, pussy. What are you doing?
In the middle of winter?
In the middle of your house. I'm coming over with my home enema kit. Here I am, boys. Lube me up.
No lube
Sorry.
allowed.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me while I drop the soap.
Jeez. Oh,
Ah.
man.
Oh boy, good on you, mate.
It's late.
Well
Either
done.
I'm an idiot or you guys are, one of the two.
That's the stupidest thing.
All right, that's enough fun for tonight. We will be back on Saturday morning. You'll hear us all over the airways, YouTube and Spotify, Apple, with our 2026 Super Bowl preview show live into your ear holes and your eye holes if you get onto YouTube and check that out. Like and follow there. And then we'll probably be back post Super Bowl for a bit of a Super Bowl wrap up. We're going to try and get all the reactions. So make sure you are following us on social media at G'day Gridiron everywhere, because we will put up posts before, maybe during the Super Bowl, for you to chuck in your reactions, and we will read those out in our Super Bowl reaction show, which will hopefully be in the evening after the Super Bowl, after a fantastic Super Bowl, is fingers crossed, between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Whoever wins, I think it's actually going to be a good one. I'm a little bit excited about this one. I'm not normally excited about a Patriots Super Bowl, but I'm a little bit more excited about this, I think.
Yeah.
So look out for those episodes. As I said, make sure you follow us everywhere at G'day Gridiron. Linktree/Aussie Gridiron Network will get you to all of the links, including our merch store. So hit that up. Post Super Bowl, we will also tell you who will be the winner of our Super Bowl tipping competition, who gets that $50 gift card from us, essentially, to US Sports HQ. Yeah, so check all that out. Keep like, follow, do all that sort of stuff. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you for Super Bowl preview.